Hi guys, it's that time again. Which is better? And it will be a Death Angel special. So if you're into thrash, a Death Angel fan, or just curious, then this video is definitely for you. And the two albums we're going to be looking at are The Evil Divide and Humanicide. And before I continue, I will be leaving links in the description down below to check out songs by Arch Enemy, and even links to check out my Instagram and Twitter pages. They get to see what songs I'm listening to, as well as what my band merch collection looks like. The Evil Divide. 3 decades into their career, Death Angel remain as hungry as ever, with an uncompromising urgency and unpredictability which has defined the group for almost of their career, with the reunion era lineup continuing to sound as tight as possible. With the band firing on all cylinders in regard to their revival phase, there's a deep, flowing, hard-edged, old-school attack prevalent on this one, and that takes their signature sound to great heights. Featuring their signature swirling speed metal patterns in ferocious tempos, laying down plenty of hard charging and dexterous rhythms that showcase plenty of fiery lead riff work, tight patterns and furious rhythms that carry their frenetic energy, and relentless surging riff work that makes for a wholly impressive series of tempo work. Alongside these thrashes are efforts which drop that intensity for a more majestic and mid-tempo sprawling series of rhythms that go for a more atmospheric melodic mood with a plodding energy and a more pronounced melodic vocal style than their furious work, offering a strong, wholly dynamic variety that is immensely appealing here. That charging, dynamic atmosphere here creates a truly ripping also feel, as well as with its multifaceted tracks that range from the melodic epic intro that turns into the ripping thrasher to the melodic and straightforward mid-tempo breather which carries a strong old school feel throughout here. This is certainly the case where a band is comfortable with this approach, and there is plenty of familiar moments within this one that brings it to mind, and their passwords with this approach. But for the most part, it's more of the same enjoyable elements that have always been part of their approach, which makes this album such a fun album. Despite its big reliance on continuing to offer up more of the same here, it doesn't really bring along much variety or innovation. It's rather a moot point on the album, as there's just such a vibrant, energetic, old school feel to this one throughout here, and it's just one of the top albums of the year in a genre and is of extreme interest to old school thrashers or thrash fanatics overall. Switching gears, we're going to look at Humanicide. Now this is just another example of the modern Death Angel doing its homework and getting it right. Maybe not as right as on the previous albums, the previous two in question, which seems to be a hybrid of, but it was generally a good listen with a lot of these dense headbanging, yet another palette of power riffs by the Kavstani Agula duo that moves in a lockstep you rarely hear outside of bands like Old School Artillery. The album moves, it's angry, and its West Coast thrash metal evolved to incorporate a wide array of influences between technical thrash and groove metal. Flashy, well-written solos sputter out from the gapless network of energetic rhythm patterns, while the bass and drums keep it really damn busy, forcing it all into the same concrete lattice of impenetrable power. I'll say that this album has a high ratio of forgettable riffs than the two before it, but not for the lack of trying. I mean, when you get down to it, while a lot of the material here is put together well, it's not as catchy and feels like a lot of material you've heard from other thrash metal bands that have come and gone, only paraphrased into a much more punchy cut. Mark Osaguda's vocals here also feel a little bit more pinched than the last couple of discs. Really, I think was more into the drums on this than the last two albums with Real Carol. Perhaps just a dash more potent personality. And a few guest soloists like Alexei from Children of Bodom and Jason from Kawhanam, and a recording engineer who's worked on many known albums. But I hardly noticed because the band's own guitarist could have probably have done with them in an equal flair. A few of the songs, but here I had to pick a few out of the lineup with 3 albums before it. It had to be The Pack for its most interesting rhythms and well-timed great shouts, and the Revelation song because it just takes you by surprise with its huge heavy metal riffs and great groovy rhythm section during the leads. Basically, the tunes were the sort of break off from the dexterous clip. Most of this material is just flying now. But in the end, Humanicide is one along with relentless retribution, dream calls for blood, and the evil divide as the most consistent streak that the band has ever had in its existence. Any of these 4 albums would sound great through the car speakers when you just want a fresh album that cares about what it's doing. When the Phoenix finally emerged from the creative ashes about a decade ago, it decided it would stay aloft. Yeah, but guys, let me know what you think was about our album in the comments down below. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.